Hey guys, welcome to Flamchi. This is Nitin. आज हम बात करने वाले हैं about the Boys Season 2 Episode 6. By far the best episode of the season. I would say last two we were starting to see it come together, but this one went full blast. Okay, before I begin, I think that setting is new. It's just good. Like my home is getting renovated and all, so I've just crammed myself into a place because I really wanted to talk to boys. I mean, the way it started, you knew right away we are in for something good. I mean, as messed up as the boys is, using a man's head as a sex toy, that's just going next level. Of course we all loved it. It's so crazy, it's so Homelander, it's so Stormfront. So we were in, right? And then you see that the structure of this episode is one of what I like the best in shows, when you go back to reveal some character stories and then you come back, especially in this, since it was about Frenchie and Lamplighter and how all of that was connected to, that CIA head's grandkids being burnt, which is something that we were teased in season 1 finale. And I was always like, and actually before that, I think a couple of times in season 1 before that, and that was the whole thing. I was like, Lamplighter, who is this guy, what has he done? It was in the back of the mind, but I didn't see it paying off like this, especially when the whole Stormfront thread started. It was just coming out of a new place for me, that it's all going to be connected and we are going to get a backstory. That was really satisfying. In fact, the whole boys arc this episode, I thought everyone was a game. I mean, MM got shortchanged. I mean, MM got shortchanged. He was just not MM's best episode, I would say. He didn't even get a chance to speak or something. He was just he was just facing stuff. But apart from that, I think Frenchie, it was his best. The arc being completed, something that I was apprehensive about last week. They knew what to do with him, and there was this really compelling moments with Lamplighter, understanding where he was from, and I didn't know he was like an infiltrator for these guys. So they've done it before, and that sort of explains like why Butcher and all of them were apprehensive from the get-go about doing this again and getting a superhero like Starlight within them, because they've done it before, right? So it was all new information to gather, and it was really good, compelling stuff. Especially Lamplighter, I was just surprised with, and he had a whole fucking torch before, which was just crazy to me, because now he's like optimized in shiz, because with that power you'll definitely have a lighter, right? That's how you would go about it. That weird stuff aside, I thought his character was really good, man. I think he and Frenchie both got messed up that night, and you see it coming full circle, and how Frenchie asks the CIA women to leave him, because that would be the greatest punishment you can inflict upon this guy. I really liked it. And then now he's probably gonna work for the boys and her, and maybe infiltrate 7 again. That's what I think it's gonna go down like that. So that's all interesting stuff. And then of course Butcher and Starlight bonding over the Huey issue. I mean, when Huey got hurt, as usual, poor guy's luck is like that. And then the whole carjacking scene, which was really compelling how it went down. I mean, that conflict was really organic. And then also Starlight calling Butcher out, and that he's exactly like Homelander, right? These two guys are equally bigoted. It's like in politics, you see people on the right, people on the left. The people who hate other people, it's all the same after a while, right? You cannot hate anyone like very viscerally, which is exactly how Butcher is towards the superheroes, just like Homelander is towards everyone else. So that comparison is the crux of the show, right? Two people very similar in their thinking on the opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of ideologies in a way, right? So that was good. Starlight and Butcher sort of connecting, sort of seeing through each other, and she, I think, called out some dialogue that was sort of a cringy one, that you and me are not alike or something like that, once she blasts that guy from the carjacking thing, and he just gives her a look like we are like each other too, like whoever comes as an obstacle in our path, that guy's gonna go. You just have to make peace with it. You can't be empathetic or compassionate after a while, which was all interesting. So I think everything, the character moments, all the hospital sequence was insane, dude. The new super villain or superhero, whatever you call it, they bring, which just pops heads like this. Oh dude, she is gonna wreck some shit in the next 2 episodes, and she's on the loose despite an absolute shock therapy from Stormfront. So that was so exciting. So this episode paid off in action, paid off in character moments across all the boys except MM. I'll give you that. It had a good ending arc of it coming full circle for Lamplighter, it was all just like very well set up for this episode. It was a lot of good payoff for all the build up we've seen in the past episodes. So really excited and satisfied on that front. Coming to the 7, dude, Homelander and Stormfront, the opening, and then when she just goes without telling him, he's just heartbroken and just crazy, that very kick crazy, almost like a hashtag heartbroken Homelander stuff. Like, he went crazy, dude. He just blew up his I don't know, was it a vanity van or whatever, just because he had written a sweet card for her and she won't job. Oh, the dude's crazy. And then it being paid off with Liberty's backstory, which was interesting to me, because I thought her grandmother might be involved with the Nazis and all. Turns out it's her daughter, and she was married to the guy to Vought, right? Who started, and she was the first subject who took it as an adult, and now they're experimenting to see if they can do this with adults in a controlled fashion to create more supervillains, which was all like, wow, this is an interesting route to go. And with the superior race thing, okay, we're going that route, which is weird to me, because Homelander already thinks all the common folk are beneath him. Now bringing a race angle to it from Stormfront's angle, because she's coming from that time, is I don't know if I'm that excited, but I know it's something from the comics that they've picked up and turned it around and all. So okay, let's see where it heads out. But yeah, Liberty's backstory was a doozy, to be honest. And then coming to the other people, I think Maeve, dude. I mean, Maeve's going that route, right? And you've been complicit with stuff because you say you sell your soul to the devil. So she probably started like Starlight, as we know from season 1. Then she just went ahead with this whole corporate BS and just doing what's wanted. And now she wants out because her girlfriend's back and she wants to just get out of it to destroy Homelander, everyone from within. So she gets that GoPro footage from the season 1 thing we saw with the whole plane going down, and I'm just afraid it's not gonna end well for her. I mean, from this point we've seen this arc play out so many times, dude. When someone from the evil side wants an out and he's finally like, I've had enough, they try to get out, it just doesn't end well for them. So I really like Maeve's character now, but I'm just, it's gonna be hard seeing what happens to her in the next couple of episodes, or maybe next season. Let's see. Then coming to the other guys, I think A-Train, that whole dinner with the Scientology or the Church of the Collective guy was insane, because it was so much like Scientology. I mean, he even refers a documentary on them. A-Train does that, right? So which just tells me they're doing it exactly on that. And you see how those guys work, right? Like most religion or politics, anyone who wants to prey on your weaknesses or on the vulnerable, they tell A-Train, you're in debt, you're just screwed, and there's no option, you have to come with us. And you see A-Train getting completely effed from this, and he will join them, he will drink that fresca, I'm pretty sure. And let's see what happens. I mean, after being comedic at this point, again I'm with the whole Church of the Collective thing. Where is it going? I don't know where it is going. It's given us some funny moments, but let's see how they end it. All in all, as I said, everyone had good moments. This was one of the best episodes. That's what I had heard about this season when everyone saw the screeners from the critics, that season 2 episode 6 is the bomb. It completely paid off. This is peak boys. But now it's left me with a couple of questions. A, are they going to be able to completely satisfy us in the next 2 episodes, which I think is less time given how much we've set up now, especially with that head popping super villain out. And then my second thought is that they've announced a new this is a separate thing. They've announced a new 7 spin-off show which is set like in like an Xavier Academy sort of thing for the X-Men. This is like a colleges for soups, which is good, but I'm just at this point apprehensive. Is Amazon gonna milk this too much? I mean, they have a great property on their hands, but the best TV shows are the best TV shows because they have a vision. It starts at a place, it ends at a place. This should be 4 to 5 seasons in my opinion, more if they think so, but like just have a cap. You cannot have a story going on unnecessarily. You look at Breaking Bad, you look at Sopranos, The Wire is a great show that I haven't seen, but still you look at that, and then Dark, which wrapped up just now. All of these shows, these are some of the greats I've named. There are quite a lot. All of these shows have like 3 to 5 to 6 seasons, something like that. I think Sopranos had 1 more if I'm not wrong, but they had a limited run which the showrunners knew where it's going to start, where it's going to end. I am just apprehensive Amazon's gonna milk this too much with that news, and that's not related to this episode, but just something boys that's come up. But my other thing which is related to the season is 2 episodes just seem too less given the amount of material we have to mine here. But all in all, an amazing episode, total blast. I would say 9 out of 10 out of 10. This was one of the top episodes of boys. So really excited to see the next 2 episodes. Tell me what you guys think about it. Comment below and let me know how you felt about this episode. Till then, keep filming.